Hello everyone, hope you're keeping safe and well. Welcome to Jake's Wings for today's video. Sorry there's been a gap between posting, but due to the current situation I'm just having to spread things out a little bit as I don't know when I'm going to be able to travel next. This video was filmed at the start, well before the situation happens, so that explains why there is people being in close contact. As you can see, we're just arriving at Gatwick South Terminal. As you're just about to see, the bus was very quiet. People weren't flying that much at the time. So the purpose of today's trip was a flight down to Tirana and back with British Airways, just a standard one in Euro Traveller. As you can see, South Terminal was looking pretty quiet at the time. It was pretty understandable considering what was around the corner. None of us really knew. As you can see, approaching the check-in desks area at South Terminal, it's incredibly quiet. But here I'm approaching the self-check-in desks at BA's South Terminal home. These machines are pretty much the standard machine that you get at Gatwick, and not like the new machines you get at Heathrow's Terminal 5. They're quite easy to use, just follow the steps and you'll soon have your boarding passes, and they also print your baggage tags. I didn't have baggage for this trip, so I was just reprinting a boarding pass, as it's quite handy to have on your arrival into Tirana. Tirana is one of those airports, as you'll see on the return, where you can't have a mobile ticket, so you do need to go up into the check-in desk once you're in Tirana to get a ticket. But it is handy to have a physical ticket for your arrival into Tirana as well. So with check-in done, it's time to then head up to BA's lounge at South Terminal, which I had access to. Here we go, going up the stairs in the ever so slightly odd layout at Gatwick, where you've got shops above the check-in area, including a Cafe Nero. Kind of pointless position because you can't exactly take your drinks from there through security. But if you need to grab a coffee, you know where to go. As you can see, I'm now approaching the security area at Gatwick South Terminal. As you can see, it's quite quiet, and I managed to get through in around 2 minutes. Gatwick security has recently improved a hell of a lot. They've got a lot faster with the new area, especially compared to the long waits of the past. So we're in South Terminal now. As you can see, there are not many areas where you can view the aircraft. I'd highly recommend booking yourself a lounge, especially if you want to view outside the windows and get yourself some food in a slightly more relaxed environment. You've either got the number 1 lounge and club rooms, which you can pay your ticket for, or you've got the British Airways lounge, which is open to first class travellers, Club Europe travellers, Club World travellers, and in addition to that, One World status holders and BA Executive Club holders of silver and above. Here in the lounge, you've got great views of the apron, mostly BA aircraft, Norwegian, all parked up at their South Terminal home. Had some food, unfortunately didn't take any photos of that, my bad. But I had a very enjoyable time, and the popcorn machine was working. Had a couple of cans of Speedbird 100 too, as you do. And guess what? Today's gate was gate 25, which involves walking right to the end of Pier 2. Not a problem, there's lots of windows to look out of, but just bear that in mind with South Terminal. If you do get gate 25, you need to really give yourself around 10 minutes to get there. Here we are arriving at gate 25, and today's aircraft is Golf Echo Uniform Yankee Bravo, which was delivered back to BA in 2008 in November. It seats 180 seats, so it has been densified and has the pinnacle seating.
Any personal devices with flight safe mode should have this feature enabled now. Handheld devices must be held securely or placed into a pocket. Larger devices, including laptops, must be switched off and stowed in your luggage for takeoff and landing. Please now ensure that you're seated in the upright takeoff position with your arms.
It's almost time for takeoff. We're arriving at 26 left, we'll be departing in a westerly direction before making a right turn out, flying over Red Hill Aerodrome, out over Kent, before heading across Europe down to Tirana. One thing with this departure is it really shows how quickly the weather can change. From sunshine only 20 minutes ago to pouring down with rain on our departure. As we turn towards Red Hill, we head towards in the sun again and over a nice sunny Kent. Really changeable weather, but it creates some fantastic effects. So, as is standard practice on Jake's Wings, guess what I've got? Cup of tea and a Kit Kat. You know, predictable? I'd guess so. Further into the flight, I decided to look through the M&S Buy on Board menu and I found the Tom Kerridge steak and ale pie. I thought it was worth a shout. It's small, it's not the cheapest, but I tell you what, it's very tasty, and I had some reading to do, reading the Skyway code in the air. As you can see, we only had around 50 people on board our flight today. The cabin has been retrofitted with the mood lighting. It was previously a Heathrow based aircraft which has been moved down to Gatwick. It has the newer interior as it was a 2008 build. We're getting closer to Tirana now. After flying over Croatia, we're now approaching Albania and the wonderful scenery, mountains around Tirana, including the white-capped mountains there in the distance. It really is an impressive country visually. I'd highly recommend a visit to Tirana just for the views on the approach.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tirana. The local time here is 6 o'clock in the evening. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the fastened seatbelt signs have been switched off. When it is safe to leave your seat, take care of an opening overhead lockers, as items may have moved and could fall out and cause injury. Before leaving the aircraft, please make sure you have all your personal belongings with you, and remember that smoking is not allowed until you've reached a designated area. You may now make and receive calls as well as use all data services on your handheld electronic devices. If you have requested additional...
Here we go, we've now landed. Overall the flight was impressive, couldn't fault it once again, and because there was a light load the cabin service flew through really quickly. We're now arriving at Tirana's modern terminal, which is surprisingly a nice surprise, and they were checking everyone's temperatures as to be expected. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Like, subscribe and share. I will be releasing a return in another video, and in addition to that I'll also release full flights of the outbound and the return. There's more videos to come, including Iberia A340-600 and a British Airways 777. Thank you very much for viewing. Like, subscribe and share. Let me know if I can improve. Give me feedback, it's greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching. Jake's Wings, over and out.